Imagine you're sitting at the kitchen table with your spouse, looking at Zillow on your iPad, and you see two homes nearby. One, priced right, freshly staged, with a little note saying, "Seller will buy your rate down." That home sells in a couple weekends. The other, same square footage, but priced like it's 2022. It lingers. Price cuts, frustration. The difference? Strategy. Hey everybody, I'm Larry Fleischman, your real estate broker right here in Southern California. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm giving you the Fall 2025 Seller Playbook. It's a decision framework, a 30-day launch plan, and the pricing and incentive strategies that are actually working to get homes sold in today's market. Think back to last summer. Buyers were jumping on homes in days. This summer, it's slower. The average is more like a month. That's like going from a 5K sprint to a 10K jog. The same race, but different pace. I had a client recently who wanted to list high just to see what happens. What happened? Well, after 3 weekends, buyers ghosted it. We had no showings. We had to pull the listing, reset the strategy, and relaunch at the right price. Meanwhile, their neighbor, priced to today, offered a rate buy down and closed in 27 days. That's the story of fall 2025. Rates are back to near a 10-month low. Freddie Mac's August 28th survey showed the 30-year fixed at right about 6.5%, and that's drawing buyers back in. So what I'm saying is that fall 2025 gives sellers an opening, but buyers are choosy. So great presentation, the right price, and a small rate incentive beat waiting and guessing. Now, I know what you're wondering. You want to know if you should sell now or wait. Well, let me share the patch test with you. I worked with a local seller recently who scored 4 out of 5, so we listed right away. Now, another seller in Riverside only scored 2 out of 5. We told him to prep for about 45 days, wait before launching, and both won because they played the right game for their situation. So here's the patch test. Price to today. Can you mentally let go of 2022 pricing? If yes, you're already ahead. Appeal ready. Can you make your home HGTV clean in 10 days? Think fresh paint, mulch, and a deep clean. Timing. Does moving in the next 60 to 90 days actually help you financially or emotionally? Carry costs. Is an extra 6 months of mortgage payments more painful than a small concession today? Heat. Well, are buyers actually showing up in your neighborhood? Look, you score 3 or more yeses and you're ready to list now. Score less than 3, and well, then you should take 30 to 45 days, prep, get ready, and then rerun patch to see where you stand. Let's talk like you scored more than 3 and you're ready to list. Let's talk about your 30-day launch plan. Think about your launch like a blockbuster movie release. You don't just drop it. You tease it, you stage it, and then you hit opening weekend with momentum. Take one of my most recent listings, Ground Zero. We used a micro comp looking at hyper-local listings and sales from the last 4 to 8 weeks to develop a pricing strategy. The seller refreshed the front door, swapped some light fixtures, and did a deep clean. Now, it's important to note that we look for fixes under $5,000, things like paint, small fixtures, mulch, caulk, and never skimp on the clean. It's these things with a minimal investment that result in a quicker sale and a higher price. Then in week 1, we had professional photos taken, which included drone shots and a teaser video, which we sent out to our global agent network. And in week 2, we launched on a Thursday. By that Sunday, we had a great turnout at the open house. That's because we told a story around the lifestyle, not just the walls. Lifestyle? What do you mean, Larry? Lifestyle? Look, when buyers walk through your house, they're not just looking at walls, floors, and square footage. They're trying to imagine themselves what life in the house could feel like. That's why it's so important to tell a story, not just list features. For example, instead of saying,
This is a 4-bedroom house with a remodeled kitchen.
we highlight the lifestyle. Imagine starting your mornings with coffee on the patio while the kids play in the backyard, or walking down the tree-lined street to the nearby park for an evening stroll. And the same goes for the neighborhood. It's not just about saying close to shops and schools. We know what it's like to live here. You can walk to your favorite cafe on Saturdays, bike to the local trails, or take advantage of award-winning schools just minutes away. By painting this picture, buyers connect emotionally. They begin to see not just a house, but their future home. And that's what gets them excited and motivated to take a look at your home and even make an offer. All right, to this example, we also priced to today, and our marketing included incentives like the seller's willingness to give the buyer a credit for a rate buy down. I really hope at this point you're seeing the importance of hiring a qualified, experienced professional to help you with the sale of your home. You need someone who not only understands these type of strategies, but knows how important it is to implement them for your success. All right, on to week 3. This is when I look to optimize the listing. If we haven't received any offers, it means that you're not priced right in the market. So we look to reduce the price, 1 to 2%, or look to, do better and increase the incentive. We revitalize the marketing, swapping photos, and we retarget watchers and people that have shown interest. Now, with the particular listing that I'm talking about, we had offers in play, so we didn't need to adjust pricing. And I'm sure you can imagine the sellers were quite happy about that. As you move into week 4 of the strategy, we prepared for inspections and appraisals, and we were negotiating final terms with the buyers. That's why the 30-day playbook works. It creates urgency while protecting you from wasting time and money. Now, let's take another look at incentives. I once had a buyer say, Larry, I don't care about the headline price. I care about my payment. And that's why concessions matter. Picture this, 2 identical homes. One seller says, we're not going to budge over $900,000. The other says, we'll buy your rate down. For that buyer, the second home is suddenly about $400 a month cheaper on paper. And guess which one sells? That's the power of a rate buy down or closing cost credit. It's not about giving away money. It's about meeting buyers where they are in today's market. Last month, I spoke to 2 different families. Family 1, their kids had just moved out and they were carrying 2 mortgages. They were ready to downsize and start the next season in their life. They could get show ready in 10 days, so we listed right away. We priced to today and offered about a buy down. And they were in escrow in under a month. Now, family 2, well, their home needed a roof, probably $15,000, and the seller down the street was offering a house with fully paid solar. As an advisor, I told John not to rush. We came up with a plan for him to fix what he needed to and then wait for 45 days. And then at that point, we're going to look at the market, rerun the comps, and move forward from there. That kind of patience can save him like 6 figures. Look, it isn't about forcing your timeline. It's about aligning your strategy with the market. So here's the question. It's not, will the market get better? It's, how do I control my outcome in the next 60 to 90 days? Hey, if you can price to today, present beautifully, and offer smart incentives, this fall is your window. If not, prep now and time it right. I'm Larry Fleischman, your Southern California real estate broker, and if you're anywhere in Southern California, let's sit down and run the patch test together. That way you'll know if you're ready to list or if we should sharpen your home first. Either way, you'll move on your terms, not the market's. And hey, if you're watching this from outside of Southern California, you're thinking, Larry, I wish you could help me where I live. I got some good news. Even if you're not in my area, I've got your back. I have a trusted network of real estate professionals all across the country, people that I've worked with, trained with, and personally know. These are agents who share my commitment to putting clients first and treating people like family. So if you need help buying or selling anywhere, just reach out. I'd be more than happy to connect you with someone who's going to care for you just like I would. If you found this interesting or helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below with your biggest fear or excitement about selling a home. Thanks again for watching, and remember, every home has a story, so let's write yours together. I'll see you in the next video. Stay classy, SoCal, and remember, for all things real estate, sell or buy, Larry's your guy.